It's your girl, John May. This is going to be my first story time on YouTube. I think this is a good introduction. This is how y'all going to get to know me. I'm going to reintroduce myself because I tried to do YouTube a couple years ago, but things happen in life. So now I'm at where I'm at today. I want to start off, I know the title of this story is crazy. I want to start off how we're related. So we're related because his dad was married to my aunt. They were married for a little minute. They was married for a long time. They had kids from the situation, whatever like that. So the kids they have are obviously my first cousins, but he is not my biological cousin, y'all. So I'm gonna just start there. He's not my biological cousin, but his dad was married to my aunt. So when we first started, I was 17. He was 21. He already had a child. That's where I felt like he should have known better, because when we first started, I wasn't on that, oh, I was crushing on him, because at the time, y'all, I wasn't interested in dating guys. I was dating this girl. We wasn't serious at all. I only kissed that girl, but we wasn't serious, nothing like that. I was dating her for a little bit, and we ended up getting into it, and I couldn't stay at her house. So my family suggested to go to his house, because he lived down the street from IHOP, the IHOP I was working at. So, and he worked there too. So he would always make fun of me, like, you not really gay, you not really gay. But I never thought nothing of it. I'm like, why does it matter? You know what I'm saying, if I'm gay or not. Fast forward, when me and her got into the argument, my family ended up telling me that go over his house. So I had arrived at his house, we was chilling or whatever. Y'all, it was not on that type time. He was laying in the bed with a whole nother shorty. So I wasn't thinking that we was going to be anything at all. Like, I was a virgin. I was 17. I wasn't thinking about guys, period. I just got into it with this girl. I'm not thinking about a relationship at all. Like, she's getting on my nerves. So it wasn't like that. Like, I want y'all to know how this joint started. So he had a whole nother girl in bed with him. So I ain't say nothing other. I just sat downstairs. She ended up leaving, whatever like that. And he came down and chilled with me. We was doing this for a couple weekends. We were just chilling. The one day, he just kicked the shorty out. Like, you gotta go, da-da-da-da-da. And I never saw her after that day. Like, never saw this girl again after that. So, and then he claims up and down he don't remember that. Like, when we used to talk about it before, he would claim that he don't remember that, and I remember it clearly. But people memories be fogged, Joel. So after that, we was chilling. We started chilling heavy, all that other stuff. Fast forward, because there's a lot of stuff in between. Fast forward, so he had a party at his house with all these co-workers, y'all. And all the co-workers that we worked with at IHOP at the time. It was mad boys there. Like, it was like all the IHOP guys was coming there, like, and it was only me and my other homegirl. Like, it was only two girls, and then somebody's baby mom, of course. So there was like three girls and like all guys there and stuff like that. So everybody started crashing one by one. He was like, I don't want you sleeping out there by yourself, da 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 da. You could come in the room with me, period. Okay, that's cool. So went in the room with him, y'all. He had put like a little mattress on the floor, and then he had his mattress. So I laid on the mattress on the floor, and he was laying on his bed. So I ain't think nothing of it. Boom. So we kicking it, whatever like that. That goes by. One day he was like, I don't feel like bringing the mattress in the room. So I'm like, okay, I'll sleep in the other room, no problem. He was like, no, I don't want you sleeping in that other room by yourself. I want you sleeping in here with me. I said, well, like, are you gonna sleep on the floor? Because Pookie, I'm not sleeping on the floor. Like, I guess you gonna be sleeping on the floor because I'll sleep on the bed. Like, he's like, no, we can sleep in the bed together, da 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 da. So I'm like, okay. So we lay down or whatever. So I'm thinking we was gonna lay head to feet, cousin shit. I wasn't thinking nothing of it. So he laid next to me, and he got real close, like real close, like cuddling with me. Then started asking personal questions like, would I ever get my nipples pierced? All this other personal questions, and I told him straight up, like, I'm a virgin, da 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 da. That's when we was getting into those type of questions. Just little innocent on me. So, at the time. So, not too much, y'all. But and we started kicking it, whatever, like that, right? Then the weekend after that, like I kind of sensed he wanted to do something. Like I felt it. It was like a sense. That weekend I had spent the night at his house or whatever like that. Girl, let me tell you. So he was on some type time like would sleep in the bed with me again, da 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 da. But this time it was like different. Like the air was different. So I laid with him. I laid next to him. He started kissing me, y'all, doing all that wooty woo. And he knew I was a virgin. I'm gonna keep stressing that because he claims up and down that I never told him, but he know. Because that first time he used a rubber, and then after that he never used one again because he already knew the first time he was gonna bring by hymen. And I don't care what nobody say, that's just what it is. We started kicking it even more. Then out of nowhere, he started kicking it with some bitch that we work with. And she was trying to act like she was my friend. So I went to cut him off. Like, I'm not dealing with you and you dealing with another shorty. Like, what the fuck? So I went to cut him off, y'all. Y'all, he went crazy. Like, he like, please, I don't want this to end. Like, I really care about you. I love you to death. Like, you really the one for me. Da 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 da. Mind you, I'm beefing with this grown ass lady because y'all both playing in my face. Like, what? So mind you, I'm 18 and this lady 26 years old. Like, she a grown lady, 2 kids. She is coming for me, like trying to come for me, and I'm talking my mess. I'm like, girl, you kissing that man and he be all up in this Uchi Wally Wally Uchi Bang Bang. You know what I'm saying? So, I had so much smart things to say. I was 18. I'm like, wow, I'm crazy. After that whole situation happened, I don't know how they stopped talking or whatever, because I like was trying to cut him off, but he wouldn't let go of me. And it was just like, that was the first person I was with. So y'all know how that go. Like, you just holding on to that connection. So the one day I'm at work, he leave early. I'm like, how? Where are you going? You feel me? Like, the fuck? And he leaves. I'm calling him, blowing him up. He like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. He pulls back up to the job, y'all, with the shorty in the passenger seat. He got shorty in the passenger seat, y'all. Like, what? So I got a complete attitude, like all that. At the time my mom couldn't come get me because she worked at the bar right around the corner and she was there till 4 in the morning. So y'all thought I was about to stay there with these two knuckleheads in a room, and she know that I'm dealing with him. Like, I told her, like, yeah, he thought I was gonna stay there. He was trying to be all nice, handing me juice and shit. Oh my god, y'all, it was just so ugly. When all that happened, child, I left. I found me a little side piece and went with him. Like, what do you mean? Like, he picked me up from his crib and everything. Picked me up from my baby dad crib and everything. Now, at the time, we didn't have any kids. So I wasn't about to stay there and wait for my mom with them. Like, what I look like? Like, that would be like, no. So I had went with the other boy because he was crushing on me hard. I ain't give him no time of day, but that day, he got that time of day, that day, Bookie. Because you wasn't about to have me looking stupid for nobody. So then my mom ended up picking me up. He was trying to be in my face after that. Like, and I was ignoring him, y'all. Like, I was really trying to cut him off. But you know that manipulation shit. I mean, there was a manipulation shit, period. But that manipulation and then that toxic situation, like, you know what I'm saying? So fast forward through all of that, I don't know how him and her stopped talking. I guess because he wouldn't leave me alone. He would not leave me alone. I guess it set her off, so she had like went her own way. Or he saw somebody text me, y'all. Text. And this man went crazy. Okay, this man went crazy, and he, he ain't want to be with me no more. So I was like, that's cool. Child, as soon as I was fine with us breaking up, why my oldest daughter was like, boop, I'm pregnant. There we go with the first one. Bing, bing, bing. So I was like, we could break up or whatever, but here you go. And I sent him the pregnancy test. Like, boom. He was trying to keep our relationship so secretive that when I got pregnant, this nigga like went berserk. Like, he went crazy. He switched up on me, everything. Like, he went so crazy. He started telling my family lies about me, doing all this weird stuff. Now my family looking at me weird. Nobody had my back. The only person that had my back in this situation is my mom. That's it. Nobody had my back. Like, everybody was looking at me weird, calling me out my name, disrespecting me. Nobody gave him the same heat. And mind you, he's 21, I'm 17. You already have a child. You wasn't having sex at the time for me to even, you know what I'm saying, think that I was going to have kids within 2 years of being with him. After me having my daughter, it was 2 months after having her, Shorty texts me out of nowhere and says, tell your baby dad to leave me alone. The same Shorty from IHOP. So I'm like, oh my God, great. Great. Now I'm pissed. Like, what are you doing? I was so mad that day. You know, we got into it, whatever, like that. Ended up forgiving him. You know, I'm trying to fast forward the story because this is a lot. Ended up forgiving him because y'all know how that go. Got the baby. She's fresh from the pouch. You already know. Trying to have that bond. Fast forward, we move in together. We chilling. Everything is cool. Money start getting tight. He start acting weird. All he had to do was pay the rent. I paid for everything else. All he had to do was pay the rent. And for the first month, he ain't had to pay for nothing because I dropped first month's rent and security deposit. So nigga, just catch up. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Just catch up to a boss bitch. That's it. Couldn't do that. He started acting weird towards me, calling me out my name. And I was so stressed, I started getting sick, like going to the hospital sick, like being in the hospital sick. So, whole time I'm in the hospital, y'all, he ain't visited me. He ain't doing none of that. He ain't none of that. But we'll get to that. I look through his phone, because now you acting weird. I need to see what's up. Y'all. Why he texting another girl? She's sending twerking videos, and she's like this grandma lady. Like, who is this lady? Like, she's some big grandma joint. I'm a young, sexy, tender, slim thing. I'm not even your type. You texting grandma, and you got, you know what I'm saying, Miss Mama's here. You feel me? That's all I'm saying, y'all. So, he's texting her. She's sending these these nasty twerking videos, all that other stuff. I message her on Facebook, the same app they using, ding dong. So I message her and I'm like, hey, no disrespect. I came like a woman, y'all. Came like a woman. I'm like, no disrespect, but you know, I want to know what you and him got going on, cause that's, you know, that's my dude. You feel me? And she was like, oh, we're just friends. Da 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 da. Bitch, why she screenshot? Send it to him. This nigga telling her, oh, block her, she's weird, da 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 da. Y'all, I saw that, lost my mind. Yeah, I lost my mind doing seeing that shit. Like, so boom, I left, went back to my mom's house. My best friend helped me get my stuff out of the crib because I'm not about to stay and you texting shorty, you texting girls, telling them to block me, and I'm weird. I'm not about to stay with you. So I went back with my mom, and the landlord calls me a couple months later, and he's like, yo, like, what's up with the rent? Da, 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 da. I was like, I don't even stay there no more. Like, what? And he's like, well, he hasn't been answering the door. He hasn't been paying rent. Da, 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 da. So you call me now. I'm like, all right, well, if you get him out the apartment, I'll take it back over. Boom. I don't know. He ended up leaving peacefully, whatever, like that. I go back with a roommate. You feel me? And there was a lot going on with Shorty Doo-Wop. So, yeah. And in the process of, like, me and him breaking up and stuff, his other baby mom is telling me, like, he talking shit about me, that he wish he had my daughter with her, and all this other crazy stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I'm really done with you. Like, I'm really over it. So I move in with Shorty. And I see living with her is worse. Like, living with her is, like, not good for me and my child. So I'm like, and not good for her child even. Like, it wasn't even good for Shorty, for little mamas. So I'm like, yeah, I got to go back to my house. And her and my baby dad got into it. So I ended up leaving with him, of course. Because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now my daughter's scared. Like, y'all doing too much. So I ended up going, leaving the crib and going back to my mom's house again after all of that, and left Shorty with the apartment. It was a rinky-dink apartment, y'all. Please don't think that I'm just giving apartments to people like I'm Oprah. It's not this type of party, Boogie Bears. What had happened was that apartment was rinky-dink as fuck, and I ain't even want it anyway. That was the real truth, and whoever wanted it, come get it off my hands, because I'm done looking at it. I'll go back with my mom, whatever, like that. Me and him still kind of messing. We on and off for the next couple years, y'all. I wasn't really dealing with men. Like, I still was my little sheltered self, you know? And I just wanted to cut it off completely or whatever. Every time I want to cut it off completely, I end up pregnant. So, yeah. My daughter had got diagnosed with Lyme disease, my oldest daughter. You know how when your child is sick, it kind of brings y'all that bond. You know what I'm saying? It gives y'all that bond again. So that's how that happened. Our daughter being sick, we had like reconnected that way, and I spent the weekend at his house. Just a weekend, y'all. And then I wasn't dealing with nobody at the time. At the time it was like almost 8 months to a year I wasn't dealing with nobody. So because I just had stomach surgery, all that fun stuff, like, well, not fun stuff, but all that stuff was happening to me. I just had stomach surgery and all that, so I just had to chill and shit like that. You feel me? I try to move on. I try to talk to other people and whatnot like that, but like it's like I haven't found my connection yet for me to, you know what I'm saying? But and I'm not closed to it either. I'm not closed hearted to it either. Don't worry, I ain't bitter, y'all. Ended up finding out after I had my stomach surgery or whatever, and I was stupid for even dealing with him because he wasn't visiting me in the hospital, and that's like tall tale signs, like red flag, bitch, like hello. But it's just like I ain't want no other man around my oldest daughter, so it's like that's kind of why I kept him around. Yeah, so my youngest daughter, I was pregnant with her. He was barely around for the pregnancy, trying to make it seem like she wasn't his, but we all know he started showing up towards the end or whatever. Came to the delivery room, y'all, and all of that. Came to the delivery room, cut her umbilical cord, signed the birth certificate, did all of that. This chest to chest, all of that. Then this fool out of nowhere says, so he ends up and moving to Florida. Didn't tell me about it. He up and moves to Florida, posts it on Facebook and says, I'm in Florida. I didn't tell a soul. I love y'all though. What the fuck? So yeah. I was just over it, so I just blocked him and shit. And he was right next door the day he left for Florida and didn't even say goodbye to his kids. So I just was over him. And then the last situation, let me tell y'all about this. This is the last situation me and him had. The last encounter me and him had. He had came over. He was acting all tough. He was acting so tough. He broke into my house. He left letters on my bed, y'all. Okay. And this was all before I got home from work. I got home from work and my kids were at their aunt's house. And I had got home from work and I'm doing what I do on the porch or whatever like that. And he pulls up on me like trying to play. And I'm like, I'm not happy to see you. And I guess that triggered him. So he leaves and I text him and I'm like, so is this going to be a one-time visit? Like, you going to see them one time and then when the next time you going to come see them? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? And this fool comes back. He slides my sliding door open, y'all. Comes in. My oldest daughter, she taking she's in the tub, and my baby, she laying in the bed. So they aunt had brought them back at this time. This fool comes in, scoots my oldest out the bed right in front of his adolescent son. His son almost a teenager. And mind you, my daughter's 6. They 5 years apart. So y'all do the math. I ain't gonna say his age, but y'all do the math. So pulls her out the tub. I never saw my brothers naked. My brothers never saw me naked. It don't even matter how old we were. We never, my mom don't play that. So I don't play that. Like what? Like it should be no reason for that. Pull her out in front of her brother. So at this point, I'm crying, trying to get her dressed as fast as I can. Because what are you doing? Like, so then I get her dressed, whatever, like that. So I simply grab his arm. Well, not grab him, but like I touch his arm and I'm like, take the baby too. If you going to take her, take her too. He like, that's what he did to my baby, y'all. Like moved his little hand away like he wasn't about to take my baby. Like what? So I'm like, take her too. I say it again. He throws me on the bed. My little 100-pound ass throws me on to my bed. I hit my bed. I get up. I'm like, just take her too. Like, why you gotta make things so complicated? So I got tears in my eyes at this point. He throws me again. I hit I have a little desk in my kitchen area and it had like my lawnmower battery on there. And he pushes me into that. I knock all that off. My fingernail comes off, y'all. I'm bleeding everywhere. All this, like my arm was marked up. It's healed now, y'all. But that little mark there was like a little, you know what I'm saying, a little snicky. Underneath this nail is still kind of messed up, but it's healed enough to where I can put a nail on it. So yeah. Yeah, threw me into the thing, did all that, did the most, did his big one. All right, y'all. My brother heard the commotion, came out the room, and after that, that's what happened after that. My brother did what he had to do. I didn't, me personally, I ain't gonna speak on that too much because I didn't know anything was gonna happen in that situation. I didn't know my brother was gonna do what he did. I didn't even know this fool was doing what he did. And thank God my brother was home because he putting his hands on me like this shit is okay. Then he goes next door playing victim as if my brother just beat people up for no reason, and they come back over here trying to be rowdy, trying to act tough, trying to be all whoop-de-woo. Mind you, I forgot to mention this, my aunt lives next door, so his stepmom, and he's going to them running his mouth about me lying and whatnot. And yeah, they start taking his side, I guess, like that. They don't, it's just like I'm not being heard for real. Nobody really know me for real. So this is why I'm making this video. So that I'm heard. That's it. I just want to be heard. I just want to be listened to. That's it. Like, this was the craziest situation I've ever been in. Like, he did the most. He started denying my youngest at, later in life. If you ain't want to be there, you should have just said that. Like, that's fine. We living perfectly fine. Pookie, ain't shit hurting us over here. If you ain't want to be around, just to open your mouth. I don't want to be around. I want to be a bomb. It's better for everybody if you just do that. The fact that I got all the heat for it, the fact that I get disrespected for it is ridiculous. And that's why I'm making this video, because it's like, I've been through so much with this guy behind closed doors. Nobody heard my side of the story. They think that I let him in the crib and I just set him up to do that. Like, what the fuck? And everybody's comfortable with him not taking care of his kids. Like, nobody says nothing to him about it. And that's cool. Don't take care of him. But at the same time, don't say it's me either. Okay? Because it's not. It's not. It's all on you at this point. Because I also sent my number not too long ago. I sent my number just because to see if he want that relationship, to see if he want to reconnect with his children, but he has not used it. So yeah, and I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. I ain't going to be depressed or be one of those parents that's like, oh my God, no. I stand on all 10. I'm taking care of my kids. I don't want them to be like those women that's like, you don't need a man to take care of you. No, I'm not trying to raise them like that. You're going to be respected in every aspect is how I'm raising them. You can be with a man. You can be with a man but make sure he's taking care of you. Make sure you taking care of him. It's a two-way street here. I'm not going to raise them as a bitter single mom, but I'm also going to show them that we got limits. We don't deal with shenanigans. We don't have to. We're gorgeous. We don't have to deal with the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And, I always think, like, when it comes to my kids, I always think about the women who can't have kids, you know what I'm saying, was put in situations where they had to, take away their child's life and stuff because of their living situation, because they not able to do so, but they really want to be a mom. They really want to. I'm doing this shit for y'all. Like, I'm staying 10 toes down, 10 toes strong, not only for my kids, not only for me, but also for y'all, so that y'all know, like, it's mothers like me out here that really want to do this. We really want to be moms. Like, we not taking it for a grain of salt. We not taking it. We looking at y'all situation and, applying it to our everyday lives. Like, I was lucky to have 2 pregnancies, and both my girls are happy and healthy. Both my girls is taken care of. And I'm just, I'm happy for it. I just wanted to make this video to know, like, girls in a grooming situation, girls going through the same situation I'm going through, because I know I'm not the only one, y'all. I know I'm not the only one. And I'm here for y'all. Like, I want us to be a channel where we empowering each other. Like, I'm going to answer to y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all. It's not like I'm just posting these videos so I want y'all in my business. Just follow me. No. I want to know what y'all going through. If y'all going through the same thing, say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a part of y'all just as much as y'all a part of me. Period. Like, we going to be... like this at the end of all this. So, you know, this is a little piece of me. This is the first story times that started all the story times on my social medias. And yeah, so I will hope y'all enjoy. Not y'all know he get on my nerves. I know he got on y'all nerves too. So y'all actually are allowed to not like this video. But this is the only serious video that I'm doing. Everything after that, y'all gonna see my true self. Y'all gonna see the comedy in me. Y'all gonna see my true person. Y'all gonna know me for me. Point blank, period. And yeah, we're gonna be growing and glowing from here, y'all. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, love y'all.